do you do, ladies and gentle peoples? I received my orders to do a travel act for Surprise Pictures Cooperation with specific instruction to finish it in 2 weeks. So I insulted my map and I planned my the route. And like the old two-way stretch said, at last I'm off. Over hill and dale I go. The hills are up and the dales are down. Whee! I'm beginning to feel like a yo-yo. I pass a babbling brook. Sold American. And some weeping willows. This is a very sad picture. I run into some heavy rains and the road becomes very muddy. Having retrieved my retreaded tires, I continued on. I find myself approaching the Erie Canal. How did my mother-in-law get in this picture?
You don't know how eerie it really is.
We continued on and approached the honeymoonist paradise. And this kiddies is Niagara Falls. One of the outstanding features of this landmark is Horseshoe Falls. Traveling through the hills, I had to take a slight detour. I should have taken aspirin. At last, I'm approaching famous Vermont woods. When the thaw is on the ground, the sap runs freely. That's him, that's the sap. This is a very sad picture. Obtaining a detailed map designed by the New York Topographical Society, I head for the Empire State and the biggest city in the United States, New York City. One of the most interesting sights in New York is the Bridge of Sighs. Heading southward, we pass Sandy Hook and its famous lighthouse. I cross many bridges, a suspension bridge, a drawbridge, and removable bridge. At last, I find myself approaching the Mason and Dixon line.
How are you, Mrs. Mason?
How are you, Mrs. Dixon?
Having crossed into the south, I passed the Cotton Belt. Florida is famous for its beautiful palms, its shapely palms, all kinds palms. It is with great difficulty that I avoid the sandbars. I know their nationality, half Scotch, half soda. Through the mysterious swamps, I push my way until I reach the famous bayous.
I'll buy you one.
No, I'll buy you.
No, I'll buy you.
I'll buy you.
Let me buy you.
Heading westward, I pass the Santa Fe roadbed, and the fastest thing on them is the Super Chief. As I speed along, I pass flat-topped hills known as Tableland. Ah, an Indian reservation.
2 fried eggs.
Fry two!
Fry two. Fry two. Fry two.
The painted desert. We are just in time to see it with a fresh coat of paint. You should have seen it with 2 pairs of pants. Continuing westward, I find myself in the foothills of the Rockies. Boy, what a spot for a hotfoot. Now I am passing the Rockies. The going gets rough, and my trusty car climbs steep inclines. Famous Yellowstone Park with its many old geysers. This is Old Faithful and the most powerful geyser of them all. Let us wait and watch it erupt. One of the most famous mountains in California is Mount Baldy. How do you do?
Hey, no wisecracks, bud.
The roads become narrow, and I have a close call. Anybody want to buy a tall, thin Buick? The time is getting short, and I have to step on it. This is nice scenery, wasn't it? At last, I'm on the floor of the desert. Rushing along, I pass that famous resort, the Palm Springs. Some resort, Sport? I can see Hollywood in the distance. I can barely make it. I got to get there in time to deliver the picture. I do it! I do it!
Did you make this picture by yourself?
Yes? Well, how do you like it?